Hey there, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be reviewing an app, and you're just going to take a look at a mobile app and see what we like, what we don't, how it can be improved. Find areas of improvement and so on and so forth. The idea here is by watching this, hopefully there are some learnings, which is how to sort of design a mobile app, maybe from a UI UX standpoint, and where time and there is relevance. We'll also talk about maybe a little bit about the server side, maybe not, I'm not so sure. The idea here is to focus primarily on the app and its interface and see where it brings value add, plenty of value add, and where there might be some areas where they could possibly improve, right? So that's what you're going to do. So without further ado, let me share my screen. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and share my entire desktop here just to keep things simple. Okay. So let me just make sure. Yep. So the screen is shared. What you see here in the background, um, okay, yep, so that's our app, our mobile app. We're not going to review ours, at least not today. But certainly, check us out. Go to snowpal.com. You can go to snowpal.com to use our web interface, and you can also, if you're going to do it on the phone, it's going to give you a link just like here to the app and Play stores, and you can download the app to improve your productivity. But that said, we're not going to review our app today. We're going to review a different app. Let's see which one that is. It's Panera Bread, because we just went there, had our Saturday routine, if you will, is going there for sandwich and coffee. We've been doing that fairly consistently. We're one of those people where we find a place. Let's make sure my recording is good. Yep, we find a place to our liking, and we tend to not change it. It takes many years to change. We're one of those customers where you make, if we become a loyal customer to your store, then you're probably good for a long time, because we don't switch loyalties, not easily. But what that also means is it takes us time to become loyal. I mean, we look for a number of different things, maybe some reasonable, maybe some perhaps not so reasonable, or some our idiosyncrasies, if you will, tend to play a role there, right? Before you end up picking a store or a restaurant you're liking, and then you find one. I think it's almost for the business to lose you as a customer. At least we are one of them. So just keep that in mind. That's a little bit of context, and we look at Panera, because we used to go for bagel and coffee to Einstein for many years, pretty consistently. On Saturday mornings. A few things changed at the store, so we gave it. We were pretty patient, and finally one day we're like, what, maybe that's not the place for us anymore. And we tried Panera, and it's been working out all right so far, touch wood, and we'll just see how it goes. And to place the order, we just do it through the phone. And so we're not going to focus on the business, because that's not the interest. We just going to focus on the digital side, which is, what does it mean? Is the app nice to use, easy to use? What kind of improvements can they potentially make, and what are some things that bother us in the app, right? I'm going to review it as an end user, because that's kind of who I am when it comes to this particular app. But it's hard to remove this engineering hat as somebody who's also building these solutions, right? uh, for other clients, and primarily for us as a product startup. So let me let me close this. I'm going to open it one more time. Okay, so we see the splash screen there. It just took a second. Nothing new or different, nothing to explain there. This is the page. This is sort of the landing page, right? You have the menu, the hamburger icon, and then the notifications, and then you got a bunch of other things. Now, I have to do this on the phone, because so I can interact. You can see it there, but I have to do it, so I might just be looking at the phone during the course of this the next 45 minutes, 1 hour, maybe shorter. Uh, so initial thoughts on the first page. I think, oh, it says order ready. That's a bit strange. Well, that order was ready a while ago. We picked up, we ate when we are done. So I guess we are welcomed uh, by a bug, if you will. That should not be there. It says get help. I need to report an issue. The status of my order. Let's click status of my order. Check this page for updates about the order. Wow. Clearly, that's a workflow that they have not probably tested. That's flat out wrong, right? Because the order, it was from 3 hours ago, right? It's 4:30 now, a little bit over 3 hours, 3 hours 15 minutes or 17 to be precise. The order was ready. We picked up, we ate, we're done. And then I'm going to the app now, and it says that, and then it pops up this other page saying, "Watch for the space," but there's nothing to watch for because it's done. It says, did we help you get what you needed today? I guess so. But yeah, I'm going to ignore that screen. So that's, I didn't see that when we came in here, did we? Like, let me close this. Oh, yeah, it still shows up. Let me brush this off and come back to this. It's still there. That's That's a bug. I mean, there's no other way to put it. But let's go to notifications because there's also a notification there, which okay, it had nothing to do with my order. Because for a second I thought maybe there was a notification that related to the order, but that's not the case. Um, so okay, let me make sure I'm sharing. Yep, I am sharing the whole screen. I was just worried because sometimes just to share a particular screen, not the desktop. So let's ignore that for a second. So what happened here was I could say view order, and that says the order is ready. And we'll review the screen in a second. When I said get help, and I know want to know the status of the order. This when this pane pops up, the modal, it says keep an eye out, check this page for updates, and I just say continue, and it says how did that go, right? So clearly that is incorrect, the workflow. Let's try something else. Let's go there. Let's say get help. I mean, there is no issue, but I'm going to click that. So it takes me to, okay, sure, I can enter details and, well, it's asking for first name and last name. That doesn't make sense, but hang on, is this a mobile, is this a web view? Let's try that again. Okay, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna close this, get help. Still within the native mobile app here. I want to report an issue. Yep, I'm pretty certain that this is actually a web view, meaning this is most likely, going outside the app is what I can tell. How can I be sure? Yep, you know what? I get the feeling that's in the case of the Snowpal app, there's one scenario we use WebView for charts because the chart frame library that we integrated, we have a rich set of charts, but they're not supported on, like, say, the mobile device. I mean, I can quickly show that to you just to give you a little bit of context, so you know what a WebView is. Let me go here. So if you go to our web app here, and let's say I go to a smaller key, and then I click charts, you're going to see this is a mind map, right? Or yep, mind map or a force directed chart as they call it. Uh, we have a number of rich charts, but they are not supported. At least the library that we use, we did plenty of work to support them on the web. They don't have support on mobile, so we support a web view. So it basically reuses our web implementation. So that's for anybody who does not know what a web view is. That's essentially what it is. So this looks like one to me, and that might explain why this is not populated. Well, I mean, there's no good reason why it should not be, but that's probably why this is not populated. It is asking for an email, first name, last name, phone number, and my Panera number. All of this should be ported over. That makes no sense to come from a mobile app and have to re-enter this. So that's not good. Select the topic that best describes why you're contacting us. And there's a bit of a UI issue if you noticed here. There's too much. I'm trying to close this. Okay. Yep, it's buggy. I mean, I'm trying to close. I'm hitting this here. You can't see it, but it doesn't let me close. Okay. Now it says my recent order. Okay, I'm going to pick this. Complete this field, but that field is already completed. Oh, maybe it needs. Okay. Yeah, now it went away the message. And then there's this extra bit of spacing, the padding here that you can see, and the arrow, the drop down is not in the right place. And then the icon here doesn't look right. You know what? Let's try this. Let's go to Panera Bread. I have to do it in one hand because I'm holding the phone. The other. Maybe it's not Panera. Let me put this down. Maybe it's some other. Okay, so let's go. I do not remember my um, what happened there. Oh, something's wrong. Um, that's interesting. Let me stop screen share for a second because I'm going to enter my phone number. Oh, it says ensure your email and phone number that they are correct. Okay, so I didn't like my phone number. Oh, it says, oops, something went wrong, try again. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to go to my app here. I'm going to just share my screen in a second. Profile and settings, my information. Oh, I think I signed in. Oh, this is interesting. We're going to discover a lot more issues than I had anticipated. Let me share my entire screen again. Okay. Now, if we go here, it doesn't accept this, but maybe I signed up using my Apple ID on the phone, and I don't know if they don't seem to have that. That's interesting. So join my Panera. Oh, this is quite surprising to me. So I signed up on the phone using my Apple ID. Like, on our app, for instance, let me go here. Let me show that to you for comparison. I mean, I can log out, but you know what? I don't want to log out here for a different reason. Expecting something here. So basically, if you go to our mobile app, you know what? I can actually show it to you. Yeah, maybe I'll show you the responsive mobile version so you get an idea. Inspect. Pull. Yeah, you know what? So we have a native mobile app, a web app, and then the responsive one as well. So you see, we have Apple sign in. So you could actually do Apple sign in, and then you can do it on the phone, and then we support that on the web. So we merge the accounts, right? We do a number of things. If you're interested in how that is done, hit me up, and maybe I can even create a course on that. We actually do have a course on social media sign in, like OAuth 2, but this is related, but a little bit different. What I'm talking about here, merging those two accounts, and maybe we had addressed that in that course. I'm not sure. But the gist of the problem here, let's make sure my recording is continuing. Yeah, is the fact that they haven't merged those two. So you sign up on your mobile, you just cannot go access that on the web. Yeah, I mean I mean it's not a bug. It's a missing feature. I guess if you looked at it that way. In any case, let's say now if I go continue as a guest, yeah, I don't want to do that. I was just going to go to the contact us page because I have a feeling it is going to be the exact same page. About Panera Bread, home, menu, locations. Do I close this? Okay. Join my Panera. I don't want to join again. Let's just search. I was expecting to see support or contact us here. Let's just search for it and see. Click here. No, that's different. That's a different contact us, right? So I don't know. I was looking to see that's the same page. Maybe maybe it's a web view created slightly differently or whatnot. Okay. Okay, back here. So okay, so coming back here, let's continue. So we looked at we've run into a few bugs already. Let's go to get help again. This is where we were reporting an issue with the order, and we were looking at this page. So it asked for all of this information again, doesn't make sense. And then there were a few bugs along the way as well. I said, my recent order, select an option, dine in, select an option, product, service, transaction, order accuracy. Um, from a user experience standpoint, I'm not sure the specificity is adding value. Product, service. I mean, I guess they're saying it's whether it's the food that you bought. I mean, should it not be food? I don't know whether there's other products you could purchase at the store. I didn't think so. So maybe the language could be different. Product, service, and then transaction assistance and order accuracy. Why wouldn't order accuracy not be a subset of service? Similarly, transaction assistance, how are they at the same level? Should that be like maybe indented or something like that? I mean, I'm being nitpicky here, but you ought to be nitpicky, right? You want to produce the best software that you can before you put it out there. If it's difficult, you reprioritize, or you're saying this is not important, we'll deal with it at a later point of time. That's understandable. But the thing is, a lot of things are just as easy when they're done correctly the first time than creating the technical debt and addressing them later, right? So, yeah, this one, okay, I guess clicking out of it is a bit of a problem here for sure. I don't, oh, there's a cafe environment. I guess that was the first item there. I didn't notice that. Okay, so I cannot deselect any of this. So if I want to, oh, I guess I have to, I'm sure I have to pick one of them. That's fine. Okay, let me go with product. If you like a response from our team, please make sure this box is checked. Okay. Check your articles here for top answers today, potential answers. Now, why does this top answer have anything to do with? Yeah, I guess it's just because they don't know what the problem is. You know, as I pick my order and dine in and product, this list could potentially be context sensitive to the selections you make on the drop down. Uh, Clearly, this is unrelated, right? I could change this to subscription services and that list does not change. Okay. I go recent order, blah, I don't hit anything and I proceed. Okay, it's complaints because those are required. Okay, what? Please enter some. Please enter some valid input. Input is not optional. I mean, that language surely can read better. It should just say, enter your first name, right? It's a pretty generic error message. Please enter some valid input. Input is not optional. So they're using a generic message and applying that. Even if you did that, you probably at least want to have a variable substitution, sort of a placeholder to replace it. I mean, these are things that you can improve. And then it's a red border around the text box, which is fine. If that's the case, should the text also be red? I'm not sure. But if that is the case, why isn't it red for the email address? Shouldn't these be consistent at the very least? Okay. Please validate all fields before proceeding is a randomly appearing message somewhere far below. The font seems a little bit different as well, so I'm not sure why it's placed there. This page certainly could use some rework, right? Okay, now let's say if I click something here, what happens? Okay, it's just going to take me to answers. You can contact a guest and whatnot, and then I can go to related articles. Okay, and then I get out of there and close. How did that go? I don't know why this pops up every time. I'm not sure why. It seems pretty noisy to me. What am I expected to do? How did that go? I mean, if it was needed here, is it needed every step of the way? No, I think this is just one too many modals, I think. Okay, I go back here. Let's see. So I started with get help. I want to report a status of an order. Oh, no, sorry, I clicked the wrong one this time. Let me close. Get help. Report an issue with the order. Takes me to this page. Looks more and more like WebView. And it says download on the App Store. Again, I'm already interacting on my app. And this confirms that it is taking us to the web view, what I had suspected all along. Why would I click here? Because I've already downloaded this. It's coming from my phone. So these are things that, again, call me nitpicky, but why shouldn't you be? Why do you want to make things confusing? And is there any good reason? Is it that much? Was it that much more difficult to implement it? I don't think so, right? Okay, so let me close it, and then it pops up again, and then it takes me to your order is ready. I did not come from this page, if you remember. I actually came from here. So I don't know why the get help takes me back to that page. So that there's something wrong in that. I have feedback about the app. Surely, right? That's kind of what this whole thing is about. Okay, how did that go? One more time, back to the order screen. I have a general question. Ask us any question. Okay, so this is slightly different page. That's fine. Let's get out of here. Let's review the order ready page. So it says order is ready at 113, order number, 2 items. And there's four steps here: receive, preparing, quality, and ready. Quality is checked. I don't understand this. Is the workflow is complete because it's ready? Because I usually see that tick mark on received. I think when once they receive it, maybe this bar is not complete. So and then it goes to preparing, quality, and ready. So now it's ready. So I don't know why there's a tick mark there and there's another tick mark here. Yeah, this doesn't. This is pretty confusing. That is not. That UI needs could use some improvement. The bar is complete. I mean, it should probably change color. Maybe it changes color as it progresses, or if you don't want too many colors in one color for receive, preparing, and quality, and maybe it ready means it's complete, so it's visually reflective of it. You don't need a tick mark here. You certainly don't need this one. And then receive means they received the order. I get that. Preparing is they started preparing, working on my particular order. That's useful. Ready is certainly useful. It's the most important of the statuses here. Quality, I didn't quite understand. Received is a verb. Preparing is a verb. Ready and quality are nouns, right? So even grammatically, I feel like that language doesn't read well. And what does quality mean? Should they check quality? I've seen them at the stores. The sandwich maker is the one who's preparing it, and then they put out there for pickup or whatnot, right? If you're just dining in and you pick it up and go to your table. So I have not seen a second person, someone different from the sandwich maker, do a quality check. It's not like a QA team that's different from your development team. So I don't know what that means, and I feel like they are one and the same, and they just want to maybe reassure you that there is a quality check process. Maybe I don't know how to pick up your orders ready for pickup. There's redundancy in messages here. How to pick up your orders ready for pickup. I don't know if the how to pick up header was needed. Dine in at South Riding. Sure, right? Because maybe you're not in the at the restaurant, right? So they want to kind of remind you as to uh, what it is. I guess you can call and find out, or you can go to maps. That's actually oh, that's nice. So let me get out of there. Right, so that's useful, right? I can check how to get there, and I can call them to ask any questions. If I want a faster way to reorder this, add to widget, get more updates, track with Alexa, unlimited club, rate our app, right? So these are all different things. The rating is fine, but I feel like the rating is popping up in one too many places. Sure, you want to collect feedback. We have a way to do that on our app as well, but add we ask for it after you've been interacting with it for a little while, and we give you the option to snooze it so we don't keep asking that. And every time we push a new version out there to the app and Play stores, we have a mechanism for it to actually ask you that question after we've released a new version and after you've been interacting with the app for a little bit of time. It's not all the time. So the rest of it below here is fine. But I think from this point onwards, yeah, maybe add to the widget screen is okay. I think it's fine. I feel like there's just a little bit too much noise further down. The screen can be a bit more concise. Doesn't have to be this wordy, but it's okay. It's fine, right? Um, I can favorite this order. Replace your current my go-to. Replace your current my go-to with this order. Um, So it's asking me to favorite it. Why do I have to replace it? Why can this not be another favorite? You can have a list of favorites, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah, so we have a favorite feature as well, right? And you can add this one here at the top. You can add any number of favorites. So there's no restriction on what it is. And then the language is again a little bit weird. To replace your current my go-to with this order, it doesn't read very well. Okay, no thanks. And I'm going to close this. Okay. Wow, that's like 20 some minutes and we've just gone through one page. Okay. Um, but the deeper we get here, hopefully the better it is, better, more useful it is for you. At least that's my hope. And then let's see. Okay, let's keep going. My go to order, that's the current one. Dine in, South Riding, $22. Oh, the go to order. I guess it says, what's your go to order? That's what it means. Okay, it just didn't read well when it was became part of that text, but otherwise it makes sense. This is my favorite order. Maybe there is one go-to order. You have a number of favorites, and one of them is your topmost favorite. I can see a value in that because that's what you are repetitively doing. It goes by probably the location and the way you placed that order in the past. Okay, my go-to order is a dine-in. It's a Mediterranean veggie with coffee and another Mediterranean veggie at this location, uh, right? And then there is this favorite icon and then the price. That's good. Now let's go there. I'm gonna hit that. So you see that if you count, okay, let's try that again. There's like multiple things that popped up there, but let's close these two things. Okay, I did that once. Let's do it again. I'm gonna hit this here. 1001, 1002. Okay, this time it was faster, right? The first time not so much. So let's actually brush it off, come back again, and see what our experience looks like. Okay, I'm gonna hit here and then start counting. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. So it's about 4 seconds and then two pop-ups. The next time I do that, maybe it's not 4 seconds. 1001, 1002. Yep, it's just over 2 seconds, right? So let's actually do this. I'm going to say continue browsing just to get out of that page. Go hit a couple of different tabs and then come back here. Do this again. 1001, 1002. Okay. So I can see that there is a difference in behavior, right? So some there's probably some caching that's happening, right? The first time it maybe made a request to the server because 4 seconds is too long. I mean, it's a basic order, right? The app in general, my opinion is it's very slow. It's very laggy, it's sluggish in that sense. So that's certainly something they probably have to improve, and because it has nothing to do with the traffic and the users and whatnot. Because I'm just checking my mic here. Uh, all of this, all of the interaction that I do is on the phone. It's local to the device. It should be local to the device. At least there should not be responses coming back from the server for a number of things that we actually do here, and we'll walk through some of them. I've seen that it's actually very, very slow in how it performs, right? So that, if you ask me why, I have no idea why it's slow for Panera. Uh, I'm going to sort of, given my experience and having done this many a times, I have to say that they probably have some architectural issues. Maybe the touch points, maybe the number of times they're making requests to the server side. All of those things should, I mean, even if they did make a server side request, the fact that it took 4,000 milliseconds, that seems preposterous for such a simple action such as this. We try to keep our response times to well under 1 second, right? Well under 1 second. And if we we are a startup, if we have and when we if and when we do have a lot more money, our servers are going to just get bigger and more powerful. So it's going to take literally no time, because we've written the code in the most optimal manner possible. Not to say that there's not room for improvement. There is always room for improvement, right? But at this point, at the time of this recording, so as it's much cheaper to improve the servers. If you tell me, Krish, if you want to make it from 400 milliseconds, can you make it like 300? That's like a 25% increase, right? It's going to take us no time, almost no money to make that improvement, because it's just picking a different sized server, in terms of scalability. Now that, as an organization, we've made those decisions. But if it just depends on the company, you want to spend that energy and time, and do you have the skill sets in the team to be able to do that on day one, or do you want to learn iteratively, right? I mean, that's to each our own. Back to this, there's the caching happening, which is why it was not that much, not as slow the second time. So you go here, there are two pop-ups. Let's see what's happening here. I'm going to close this. My go to order. What's showing up first? My order. Oh, it's still there in the background. And then they have another pane to kind of make it, they're trying to upsell here, right? They're saying, okay, you've seen that, but do you want to add something more to this list? I mean, I guess it's understandable, but their experience is a little bit off to me. Maybe this can work slightly differently from a UX standpoint. But I think the graphic is nice. Make it a sweet deal. You scored 50% off of a bakery treat. Blah blah blah. Select up to 5, and then you can go through this list. That's nice, and you can pick and let's see. Oops. They have a different color for items that are new. That's pretty good, and you can customize them, and you can go through, and some of them are sold out. Okay. Um, Maybe the ones that are sold out could show up in gray, or maybe, right? But very personal opinion, right? Nothing to. So this page is good. So let's close this. Come back here. So this is our order. Dine in. It says 15 items. How is it 15 items? I don't know what that means. We have like, my order is 15. That's one. This is one. This is two. And then this is three. There are only three items in this order. Let's count the customization. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Um, maybe and then let's add 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe the coffee, and then we have a fruit cup here. Yeah, I mean, it's adding up to 15. Like, you know what they say, right? Quacks like a duck, sounds like a duck, and walks like a duck. It's a duck. I randomly counted it and it's 15, so maybe that's the count. It's the number of customizations you've made, not the number of items. Because there's only three items in this order. So that's not quite right. That's another bug. Okay, so we have Mediterranean veggie, whole, it's got some calories, details you can remove, and you can change quantities. Oh no, my bad. That's why it says 15. It's 5, 10. Oh my god. We've never ever ordered. This is interesting. I think there's a bigger bug here. That's not the bug. Take it back. It's not the items. It's strangely added up. We've maybe placed this order 15 times. I don't know, 5 times since the last time we went. I don't know because we've never ordered five of each ever. I mean, we are a family of three, and my son doesn't come with us. Sometimes it's two of us. So it's two or three. Yeah. So I honestly don't know where that order is coming from. I could place a test order the next time and see if it goes up to six. I have a feeling, fingers crossed, that it might be 18 items or something, right? So that could be another bug. Like, looks like one. Okay, so let's drop it to, actually, let me leave it there so I know what happens the next time. How many? Okay, so when I click quantity, it's kind of slowish if you think about it, right? When I want to change quantity, there's something else that pops up and there's a big circular thing and I have it incremental. I don't know. There should be a simple plus or a minus. I mean, it's almost like, a good example is you look at the Instacart app where you're adding plus and minus something. It's just a plus and a minus icon. That takes much lesser time than this. This is like a 1.5 second process. So, nope, that needs to improve. So coffee. I don't know, the coffee was 0 calories. Wouldn't there be some calories? Maybe not. Okay. One time. Oops. One time purchase or a value. Okay, because they have some sort of a subscription for coffee. So that's part of the coffee subscription, or you want to purchase that or not, right? So that's good that it's there. Um, uh, the one time purchase is 14.45, but that's for 5 units because it took that incorrectly. The subscription, oh, it doesn't matter. It says, it's good. No matter how many cups you drink, I feel like it's unlimited. So you can have any number of those for that price. So that's showing up there, which is actually quite nice. I don't know how successful that feature is for them, but I think it's a good place for them to show that. So, and then we have the Mediterranean veggie, which is the second order. It's slightly it's similar but different. We get chips with this one, and then there is add more, make it a sweet deal. See all of the special sweets we have for you. Okay, I click that. Okay, I guess this area is clickable, but it's not. The background's not gray enough. Okay, include utensils. Round up and donate, add promo code, subtotal taxes, blah, 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 continue. That's good. So this page is just fine. It's just a little bit slow, but let's now go into the page. You see the lag there? The whole app is slow. I'm not going to repeat this. Every page is slow. Every screen is slow. Every action is slow. A whole lot slower than it should be. Okay, now I click this. And then I go back here. It says you haven't added anything yet. Leave without adding. I mean, I already have it. I just want to go in and see it and go back. So I think there's too many pains and warnings and modals here. You have to be careful. Unless somebody's deleting something that's difficult to be re-added, so you don't want to lose it. I think you have to go easy on the number of these modal pains that you're popping up because it just comes in the way of productivity, of being able to just get what you want as soon as you can. Leave without adding and cancel. Okay, if I choose leave without adding, it takes me back here. I go back there and I do this again and I say cancel. Oh, okay. So I guess if I did this, it says I'm exiting this screen. If I cancel, I'm just canceling out of that page. I was not sure what the different may have been in the context of what I was looking there initially, but that makes sense. Okay, now you have a big image of this Mediterranean veggie. It's stacked There's two halves, so it's stacked one on top of the other. That photo is generic, nothing to do with the order I placed, because I do see feta cheese and other things that are not part of my order. Uh, Again, nitpicky, but given that you have multiple AI ways of generating images, I can imagine that this should actually be customizable, right? What if I ordered half a sandwich and soup? I'm hoping to see that and not this. Maybe they have a different stock photo that they would pop up here, but I think it could be more specific. Okay, that's a good image though. Is it a little bit too tall? Maybe, because for me to get to what I need, I have to scroll further. So the image can be a little bit shorter. Um, Says 430 calories plus side 60 calories. Did we not see a different number on the outside? Yeah, we saw 730 calories here. And then fruit cup was 60 calories. This one says 430. So that's inconsistent and incorrect. Okay, and then sizes you can change from whole, or you need to redo your customizations. Yeah, this I did not understand why it does this if you want to change it, but that's okay. Probably specific to their business. And then the sides you can get this. So there is a lot of modals that pop up here and there, and you have to maneuver that. I think it's okay. This is fine. And then you have the quantity. Again, the slowness. I promise I won't repeat the word slow again for the rest of this recording. Customization, I click here. Now I can pick and choose what I want, right? So this is important, the levels of customization. Now, outside of the app review itself, outside of the app review itself, I know that with Starbucks and them having all of these challenges and the stock price almost plummeting, maybe they expect hope is that the new CEO that things are going to get better. And if you want to know more about finance and stocks, definitely do check out our other courses. I mean, there's like plenty of other courses that we offer. You can either buy it on the phone or on the web. We have plenty of these finance courses for day trading and investments and whatnot. So we do talk about it quite extensively. Well, back to the Starbucks. Back to Starbucks. They did, I believe they support. I mean, I don't order Starbucks. That's certainly not through the phone. I believe they support a lot of customizations for those non-coffee drinks, and that is adding to the cost and the frustration of the baristas. It's very difficult to do that, and it's easy to get that wrong. So they are rethinking that, is what I read. I don't know if that's applicable to Panera, but as a user, you know, the customizations, I'm not going to complain about them. And if you notice, the calories seems all right here. So it's just the other page that's incorrect. Okay, this UI is actually quite nice. I like this UI. It shows you what you've chosen, blah, 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 all of it. And you can remove it, what's included. And then they have the categorization here, and you can add more. When you add something, you can say light or regular or extra. And this list is good. No, I actually like this user interface. This customization page, I've always liked it. There's a lot of different kinds of bread that they have. I didn't even know that a lot of them you could replace it with any bread, which is nice to know. We used to get the basil bread, but we've kind of fallen in love with the artisan ciabatta bread. So, yep, you can change any of them. Oh, see that the image does reflect that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now you've made your selections. You go to condiments, blah, blah, blah. It tells you if you're going to pay something extra. It tells you can choose to have it on the side and all of that. How this reflects on their side, on the internal systems, I'm not sure, because the levels of customization that you can do, we haven't gone to the whole yards in doing it. But to the extent we've done it as a vegetarian slash borderline vegan, uh, they get it right for the most part. Not always, right? That's just, everybody's human. You will make mistakes. I don't know the mistakes that happen, if they're because us being human, or because there's a gap between what this shows and what their screen shows. Because when I see the screen as an end user from where I'm standing, it doesn't seem to reflect all of these things. But maybe they have a different view that I don't know. So customize Mediterranean veggie. This is good. I like this UI. And then any food allergies, you can pick and choose, blah, blah, blah. And then if you, let's say, I guess I can pick or uncheck and I can close this. Okay. About this, it just tells me salt and pepper. Yeah, I don't know. It has a description, which is okay. It seems pretty generic. And it has the ingredients again. So oh yeah, it's the same thing, right? When I go to customize, I see what's included. And then I'm seeing that in this list as well. That is actually quite nice. I like this UI too. I haven't particularly used that, noticed that, but it's there. Oh, hang on. Oh, the ingredient says tomato basil bread because that's the default. Oh no, this is the default. This is nice. It has nothing to do with my customization. This is what they have out of the box, basically. And then the arrabbiata is probably it adds what I've since I replaced the basil bread with the artisan ciabatta, not arrabbiata, sorry, ciabatta. It's adding that, so it's a list of everything that they would have, plus any modifications or customizations that you would have made. That is quite inaccurate. What you want to see here is what the ingredients of your customized order is what are part of your customization. So seeing the generic list here is a little bit misleading because what if you're allergic to something or you don't eat it and you're like, oh my god, I thought I said no, like I don't eat cheese and I said no feta, but I see feta here and it kind of got me confused for a second. Okay, and then it has a list of detailed ingredients as to what they do. I mean, the shorter the list, the better off from a health standpoint, is what I understand. But eating anything that you're doing infrequently, you're okay to seeing 200 things on the list. I mean, I have no clue. I'm not qualified to make those, statements. I'm just saying it as a consumer, as somebody who eats. I read somewhere that the more to the list, the less healthy that it can generally be. Um, Okay, you have the nutritional info, which is again generic. Clearly, the ones I picked showed 730 calories. This one is less than that. And this all of the details are they are tied to the original order, right? With cheese and whatnot. So saturated fat and whatever. Like I don't eat cheese, so those numbers should be different, but I'm not seeing that be a reflection here. Okay, allergens. Please note that we cannot guarantee a free because blah blah blah. 2000 calories. They have all of these details, and maybe this is required by the FDA or something, which is probably why they have this list, which is fine. Um, One thing I might suggest is about this, and the probably could be. I think it's okay. The image could be shorter, and the parts that are more relevant, size, the fruit sides, the size of it, sizes, size, quantity, customization, allergies, and whatnot are more important, right? The image, okay, it's a nice first thing to see. The rest of it, I don't probably care to see all the time. But I think the page is fine, and then you can make it a favorite as well by clicking at the top there. So that's all right. Okay, let's get out. Okay, let's leave the padding. Okay, now that's my order, and I think we've seen this page. So I'm going to let's look at the top here. My rewards and offers: buy one get one for $5. Use code redeem by December. Let's say I click that. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, I guess I have to click redeem to do it. Maybe I don't want to hit that now. I don't know what happens. I'll probably do it the next time. I've tried these. I've never. I can't remember the last time I actually did. I cannot remember the last time I got a discount. So maybe I mean, there's less to do with the app and more to do with how their rewards work. Okay, that's looks good to me. Okay, and then there are these different orders. So these are all the past orders and favorites. Um, so if you want to pick and choose, you can either add an independent item from your previous order or add everything and then go, which is, I think, a good way to expedite things, right? So you can make each of them a favorite, and then or you can add them to your current list, which is actually good. It gives you the date of the orders and it's got a list of your orders, right? Oh, it ends. We've gone to Panera a whole lot more times than this. Yeah, it does say recent orders, but it's a few items below. It does not show. Okay, maybe 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 my son ordered it first. I don't know. Maybe it's a different account. And then it says favorites. It's here. I don't know why they have this calories bottom section. They don't have it. Oh, they have it here as well. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then you go to the menu. My rewards and offers. Welcome back. SIP club. I'm not part of the SIP club. Okay. I'm going to move a little bit quicker. Okay, it gives me all of the past orders. And then I come back here. Okay, under $10. This is to place a new order. Let's look at this quickly as well because we have not placed a new order. Let me go back to this is the main page. Yep. So it says continue. Okay. Now the other thing is, I'm vegetarian, like I mentioned. It did not ask for any preferences, but even if it did not ask for it explicitly, when you see that this customer has only ever ordered vegetarian food or perhaps just that sandwich, there is not very many options other than that, from what I can tell, as a vegetarian first at Panera. Uh, it hasn't made that judgment yet, right? So maybe they don't have any AI integration. I mean, for this you probably don't even need AI integration, to be honest, but with that it just makes everything a whole lot simpler. So it is not smart in that sense. It's showing things like that I would never ever order. Like, for instance, if you go here, what is this? Yeah, bata dippers. Yeah, it says spicy chicken, right? Yep, I don't eat meat. That's irrelevant to me, right? We think you will love is super generic. They got that wrong for sure. Anything that's new should again be relevant to what we've eaten. Um, Now, one could argue that, hey, maybe you do eat meat, but you've just not had it so far. Fair point. But then they have to go with what they know, right? With the information that's available, with the data that's available, they come to a decision and then maybe make adjustments as they go. To me, all of this is completely useless, right? Completely useless. So let's say you go here, I ignore all of them, I say continue browsing. Or if I go here, find a cafe, sip club, e-gift, profile, reasons and favorites, blah, blah, blah. Join our team, can look at those things later. So we go back to menu and it takes us here, or I could have just done continue browsing. Um, Instead of continue browsing, I wonder if there could be slightly better language there. Okay. What's new? I'm going to get out of what's new actually because we saw that. Under $10, or you pick two sandwiches, I go to sandwiches. One more time, it's showing me things that I would not order. Buy one, get one for $5. That is good to know. Hot sandwiches. Those are limited time, is also the exact same green, dark green background. I like the UI here, right? I actually do like it. The images are nice. It's easy. The title, the calories, the price, add and customize, right? It's pretty succinct. It's to the point. I don't think I would need anything more from there. But let's say I click, I don't know, click ahead here. I'm going to pick one of them. This is where I mentioned, well, hang on. Oh, because I added that, I did not customize it. Is that the problem? Okay. I think close here. There's too many things that pop up all the time. I'm going to remove this. What has been updated? Undo. Okay. That's cool. They give you a window of time to sort of change your mind. Now we go back, close this. I'm going to go to, hot sandwiches. I'm going to click customize. And now you can pick and choose, right? So I guess you could, there's only one bread option for this. Proteins, I can add, I can make them extra or double. Okay. So I guess the newest addition shows up at the left. Makes sense because it's in your view from a UX standpoint. So spread the protein. I look at that, cheeses, condiments. That's good, right? This page is good. And once you're happy with all of that, like extra on the side, and then you apply. Now it's applied your customization. The chips are going to be free, or you can add healthy apple. And then the quantity, one is good. Oops. And then I can say add to order. Why in the world is it $29? Wow, a French ciabatta is $28? Doesn't look right to me. Oh, it's because I customized it. Okay, update. I click update. Oh no, this is a little bit confusing. I've seen that before. I actually want to customize. Maybe there's a button here. I've kind of struggled to. Oh yeah. Oh, my bad. So what did I choose? Okay, it has. Oh, extra bacon. Wow. Ham. I guess turkey. Oh, maybe since I don't understand this food, I probably picked a bunch of different meats, and probably people are never going to order that together. Okay. So I mean, just to humor us, let's see. We get everything. This has nothing to do with the UI UX. Sorry, I'm just curious to know what I can possibly spend on a sandwich. I mean, I'm actually interested. I mean, can a sandwich actually, oops, I clicked the wrong button. Can a sandwich actually take all of this? I mean, is there room between the bread, two slices of bread? Yeah, I mean, this is again a corner case. So, you know what? Not so, oh, you've reached the 5 customization limit. Finally. Thought I've done a bunch of customizations. Oh, I can add, but I cannot customize. Okay, finally, I think I hit a limit. So that's, oh, thanks. Oh, I don't know if I saved it or not. So it's $70 and 4,000 calories. I doubt you can put everything into a sandwich. So, you know, that UI clearly needs fixing, but nobody's going to do it really unless you're testing it. It's more like a tester type of thing, not a real end user. So, you know what? It's okay if they, if they didn't address that. So I click update. Now I see my price go up. I'm going to remove it. Okay. So the whole interaction, as you can tell, it's you're gonna have to have a lot of patience, right? A lot of patience to go through this. Okay, we added that. Now you have that. That's how we added the new order. Um, cold sandwiches, value duets, family feast, and that's good. So I think so. You have two sections, right? You have at the top sandwiches and subcategory. You have the hot sandwiches, cold sandwiches. You can pick two. Pick your first item. Soups and mac, salads, bakery, um, and if they have a reduced price, they have a strike through, which is good. I think this page is pretty standard, right? Pretty standard. Oh, vegetarian, vegetarian sandwiches. Oh, grilled cheese, Greek salad. I don't eat cheese, so or eggs for that matter. But they have a. If you do eat eggs and cheese, I think there's quite a bit for vegetarians, which is good. So there is this. Oh, so it's essentially one page, and you can see that tab change at the top, right? When you're actually navigating, maneuvering through it. And then you have breakfast. Okay. Yep, the rest of them are standard. Now, let's see, did we miss any other screen here? For the most part, I think we've covered a majority of them, right? So if you, even though it's an app, right? That's their app to support every ordering that you do at Panera Bread. You see the number of pages are not that many. There is this main dashboard page where you're welcome. We see the notification page. Let's go through this quickly. They have messages, bonuses, and whatnot. So it's not notification that comes to you about your order. It's them pushing those notifications, which sometimes I would like to see a separation because what's important to me, well, what's kind of nice to have that you're pushing it onto my device, right? So this is screen one. The notification is screen two. The order. This deals page is three. The main order page is four. And then if you continue, oh wait, hang on. Why is that $50? It's not correct. Why does it show $150? Oh, is it because I have too many items? Oh, now it shows. Did we add like a sandwich? I don't recall adding a new sandwich. I'm not sure. Okay. So this is so one that was dashboard notifications. Two, um, three, four, and then the customization five, um, and then a bunch of modal panes, and you hit customize. You have six, and this again, it's the same layout. It's just going to change based on the type of order, type of food that you're going to order. So six. What else did we see? I'm just going to ignore the modals. Did we have anything else? Yep, that's the same page again. Continue browsing takes. Okay, this is 1 7, where there's categorization, and then this is 8. So, it's about 8 pages so far, right? And then we have the web view for contact us 9. Oh, there is a search as well. Let's try that. Mediterranean. Okay, that's nice. The search is good. Takes me there. Okay. So I would say search is the 10th one. And then let's see. Find a cafe. Number 11. It's got a map and the location. That's good. Rewards and offers. Yeah, that is a new page. 12. Subscription is 13. And about you is 14. It's a new tab. I think we saw this right. Gift cards. I forgot what count was. Was it like 14? Um, so this is 115. And then this is 16. Profile and settings, 17. And then you have a bunch of, OT's preferences. Why do I have to sign in? I'm already signed in. And I'm not sure why it's asking me to sign in here. Reasons and favorites. Okay. I would say about 20 pages, give or take, right? So imagine you have 20 pages, you design these 20 pages, see how how each of them look independently and then collectively, and how your navigation works, right? How do you break this down? If somebody's asking you to design an app, okay, what do I need to build? In this case, let me make it down, break it down. 20 pages. What does each page do? Uh, which of those 20 pages are dependent on the server? Maybe some are not. Maybe things are happening locally, and there's a bunch of modal panes as well, right? But there's one modal, you can just create one component and reuse everywhere. And out of these 20 pages, if you dig further, dig deeper, probably there's not probably most likely there are reusable components. There should be, at least, hopefully, right? So it's not all of them are not new in entirety. There are reusable components that you drop and then you feed the data. So if you look at the actual components themselves, they might be, I don't know, I'm just throwing out some number, maybe 40, maybe 50, and then you assemble them onto pages, and it depends on how they chose to do it or how they have done it at Panera as to how their architecture works, what the interaction looks like, how many pages, what does each page do, what interactions does it have with the server, is it local, is it not, what kind of data is persisted on your device. So if you downloaded, deleted the app and installed it again, what is lost and what is not? I don't know if all of this data, because if you log into the web, I couldn't do it because I have an Apple account here and they don't have Apple support. It's a different problem. I want to see how does it sync. I want to believe it would. So it's not just stored. It's not stored. It's either not just stored on the local device or it's not stored on the local device at all. My guess would be, or my suggestion would be, stored on your local device so it's quicker, but also stored on the server, because then, when things change, it's not stale. The data is not stale. It's a reflection of it. So that's how you go about designing it. And then you have a rendering time. Pages should be really quick, a whole lot quicker. If it takes more than a couple hundred milliseconds, if that, things are pretty slow, right? So you want to design it accordingly. But in terms of what's nice, the color, I like the colors actually, the color choices. It's very pleasing to me. It's very easy to read. The font size is good, well and nice. And then they have these little info icons. They do love modals, as you can tell. That's fine. Everybody has their own nuances. Um, what else do we have here? Join our team. Okay. So this is again a web view. Not sure. I mean, the thing I would like to know how, I mean, they have support for it because it's a web view. You throw that in there and make it responsive. So you don't have to do much work. So I get that. But having all of this, does it make it simple enough? I mean, can you get rid of some pages here? Like if you look at the usage, like if they have I'm sure they have a digital analyst, a team of digital analysts who are going to tell them, hey, people are clicking through these pages more so than others. So it's like the 80-20 rule in marketing. Probably some of these are used a whole lot more than the others. Like I've used like what 6 to 7 types of actions, and that is it. Like I do the same thing, and plus our order doesn't really change. So we click a couple of buttons, we're out of there. But even that interaction takes me a little bit more time than it should. The time beyond the fact that it's slow, even if it were fast, I'm just saying it took a couple of extra clicks if I remember correctly. So that's sort of my collective feedback about their app. Now, the question is, how different is it to some other food ordering app? How consistent it is. Now, the idea is not necessarily to keep things consistent, right? Because you want to sort of value add here, have a sort of a differentiating factor. People are going eating at your place because the food is good, but probably the ease of ordering, I'm pretty sure, makes a difference as well. I actually used to eat at Kava and order on the phone till like in the app, quote unquote, tends to be really rich, but it's unusable to me, my personal opinion, right? Maybe I can do a review of that at a different time. This one is all right. I know it's image heavy because it's a food place and they want you to see all of those images. But I wonder if a trimmed down version without so many images not this sized, would make a difference. Maybe if I could eat everything that they actually served, like I was a meat eater or I ate cheese and eggs and whatnot. Maybe some of this would become more relevant. Maybe the size is important because it's meant to attract you. I get it, but perhaps it's a little too big to for a mobile device. I don't know, right? But the rest of it, I think I do like the user interface. I think it's very pleasing to the eye, and it's actually they got that right. I think I've talked about a number of things. Where are we at? Wow. Okay. I think that's good. That's all I had to say actually about the app. And it's funny because today they asked, when I was using it, it asked for feedback. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you a lot more feedback than you could have, possibly imagined, right? Anyways, if you're building a mobile app, hopefully some of these things are going to come of use to you. And talk to you soon. Um, until next time. Bye bye.